Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Ian, and if you've not been here before, this channel's all about music and art. And we get into that time of year again when Jane and I, my wife, go off to review Edinburgh Festival Fringe. And what we're doing this year is some of the shows that we saw last year are back again at Fringe 2023. So I thought it would be really good to give you a heads up before the Fringe actually starts. And tell you about some of the shows that we recommend you can see this year that we saw last year. And one of those shows is The Beatles Were a Boy Band. And it is an award-winning play, is this. And Rachel, the producer, has been in touch again. What I said I would do, I said I would include our review of last year, but obviously update it and tell you when the show is actually on. Now, it's worth mentioning that The Beatles Were a Boy Band is not about the Beatles. Let me just tell you what Rachel said in her email. The production company is F-Bomb. So F-Bomb is an award-winning female theatre company based in Scotland, known for a combination of sharp social commentary, hilarious patter and lavish use of bright pink. So The Beatles Were a Boy Band follows three flatmates as their safe space is invaded by the threat of male violence. Violet loses the confidence to walk home from her late shift. Influencer Daisy becomes an accidental activist, and Heather is haunted by past traumas. Now, this is a really important piece of work. It is funny. There's lots of laughs in it, but actually it is really important, having, what's been going on in the last few years in terms of the safety of women. So I'll include our review and then I'll update as to when the show is on for 2023.
Three young women sharing a flat, and so the themes obviously come into the sort of, as we watch them live their lives, basically. One goes out late at night and the others are very worried about her coming back on her own. They can't believe she's walked across town.
And this is based in Edinburgh.
Yes.
It's not based in London.
And then another of the girls, Daisy, has an online... I can't, what did she sell?
She's like an influencer. She
sold some kind of product
online.
But then she was affected by a story of male violence. A young woman was murdered, and I'm pretty sure it's Sarah Everard.
Yeah.
And it's so she loses her influence, but she has. She shouts when she's actually filming, so it's out there on social media. And then throughout the play, she starts getting really, really abusive messages, and they are horrible. And I mean, they're not making this up.
This is the world.
This is real life
of today.
Because we know that those messages get sent.
We've been saying for a long time, this really isn't okay, and something needs to be done about it.
So this was, an important. And I mean, at the end, it was the theatre was full.
It was, yeah.
And you could hear the young women's voices shouting, and a lot of people gave them a standing ovation at the end. Women are told to shout fire, rather than rape, because that actually gets more attention.
Which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ludicrous.
So, they brought out. This makes it sound as though it was a very misogynic, sort of men-hating play, but it wasn't. Also, really, what the play was addressing were those people that send those horrible, horrible text messages, who troll women. With death threats and far, far worse.
In a perfect society, it shouldn't be. The women's got a right to be safe.
Yeah,
regardless.
And there was a horrible statistic that every 3 days
somebody gets murdered.
Yeah, a woman gets murdered.
Yeah, there was a whole load of statistics that they gave out, which were very sobering. Really?
And then and then there was a link at the end to the arrests that happened at the Sarah Everard Vigil.
Yes.
During lockdown. So.
Yeah, so it was.
So.
It had nothing to do with the Beatles. Although, to be fair, they did reference the Beatles.
They were referenced.
They were referenced,
but obviously not in the
context.
No.
They also referenced people like Taylor Swift and other things.
But really strong piece by a very talented
theatre company.
Yeah,
and we'll come and see their work again because we enjoyed After Party last year, and I think this is just a strong piece, really.
Yeah, it is.
How many stars?
4.
Yeah, 4. It's easy. It's an easy 4, isn't it?
So it's a strong 4.
It's a very strong piece of, female written and female performed work.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well done. So thanks for watching, and if you'd like to subscribe, we'll see you next time. Cheers now. Bye bye.